The first responsibility of any government is the protection and security of its citizens. And for anybody, at any time, anywhere, saying that when we are being killed as Nigerians, all you will say is that those that are being killed, another group also are being killed. Is that an explanation? I believe that is nonsensical. We are being killed. We Nigerians, no matter what religion you belong to, no matter where you come from, no matter what profession, we Nigerians are being killed. And our governments seem to be incapable of protecting us. We are part of the world community. If our government cannot do it, we have right to call on the international community to do for us what our government cannot do for us. And for anybody to say because those who are being killed belong to this region, belong to this religion, belong to this tribe, and then others too are being killed, cannot be an acceptable excuse.
Picture. You're scrolling through your phone, sipping something cold, minding your business, and then boom, Nigeria's former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, shows up and drops a truth missile that ricochets across the entire country. He basically says, if your government can't protect you, call the world. No apologies. And honestly, in a country where insecurity is hitting overtime hours, that message hits like a fire alarm at 2 a.m. So today, we're breaking down exactly what Obasanjo said, why it shook the country, and how it changes the entire conversation about Nigeria's future. Nigeria isn't just dealing with insecurity, it's drowning in it. Kidnappings, mass killings, community raids, farmers attacked, school children taken in broad daylight, the list reads like a horror anthology nobody asked for. Instead of feeling protected, many Nigerians today walk around like they are in a real-life survival game with no pause button. That's exactly the backdrop behind Obasanjo's fiery outburst, pointing out that Nigerians are not just unsafe, they are being haunted. And the worst part, the fear has become a daily routine like sunrise. But Obasanjo didn't just describe the chaos, he questioned the leadership behind it. In classic Obasanjo fashion, he didn't sugarcoat anything. He reminded Nigerians that the number one responsibility of any government is to protect its citizens. Not build roads first, not make speeches, not pose for cameras, protect people. Yet today, many Nigerians feel like sitting ducks. Obasanjo said the government seems incapable of doing the one thing it absolutely must do: stop the killings. In his words, the excuses flying around are nonsensical, and the failure is beyond embarrassing. It's dangerous. And that's where he dropped the bombshell that shook the nation. Obasanjo made it loud and clear: if your government can't defend you, you have every right to call the international community for backup. No guilt, no apology, no political correctness. He compared it to a household security crisis. If your door locks fail, you hire an expert. Nigeria's insecurity is not just a crack in the system, it's a gaping hole. So, to Obasanjo, calling the world is not betrayal, it's survival. And trust me, that line sent shivers through the political establishment like a cold wind. But he didn't stop there. He explained exactly why Nigeria shouldn't be struggling like this. Obasanjo mentioned that Nigeria once lacked certain crime tracking abilities, but today, the technology exists. Satellite surveillance, drone mapping, real-time data monitoring, all the sci-fi sounding stuff that makes criminals easier to spot than a giant neon sign. According to him, criminals shouldn't be able to hide anywhere in the country, yet they roam freely. He said if you can track them, you can stop them. So he asked the million-dollar question: with all this tech, why isn't the government using it efficiently? And then came the next hot-button issue: negotiating with terrorists. Obasanjo slammed any idea of apologizing to or negotiating with terrorists. He compared it to trying to pacify a wildfire with perfume. He said making peace with criminals only fuels their confidence, making them feel untouchable. His stance was crystal clear. The government shouldn't bargain with killers. It should stop them. Period. In his eyes, negotiations don't save lives, they endanger them. And honestly, in a place where ransom payments have skyrocketed, many Nigerians felt that point deep in their bones. But it's the scale of the violence that makes his argument hit even harder. Obasanjo didn't exaggerate. The attacks happening today aren't small local incidents. They are nationwide disasters. From villages burned down, to buses hijacked, to schools raided for mass kidnappings, the entire map of Nigeria looks like a catalogue of trauma. Places once considered safe now feel unstable. He stressed that the crisis doesn't discriminate by religion, tribe, or class. Anyone can be a target. And when danger becomes universal, the demand for serious action becomes unavoidable. And that leads to his strongest moral argument. Obasanjo condemned attempts to justify or downplay killings based on tribe, region, or religion. He said such arguments are ridiculous because bullets don't ask about ethnicity. He insisted every Nigerian life is valuable, whether Christian, Muslim, traditionalist, or anything else. He said losing any life is a national shame, not a regional problem. His point, you can't fix insecurity while playing identity politics. Human lives must be the priority, full stop. And then he pushed for what many citizens have been begging for, accountability. Obasanjo emphasized that Nigerians can pray, but they must also act. He said leaders at every level must stop giving excuses and start fixing insecurity with real operations. No more delays, no more denials, no more pretending the crisis is exaggerated. He said every leader has a responsibility. Step up or step aside. Because Nigerians are tired of watching the clock while criminals roam free. Action is no longer optional, it's overdue. And here's where he connects everything back to the global stage. Obasanjo reminded citizens that Nigeria is not an isolated island. It's part of a global network, a world filled with countries that have solved security nightmares even worse than this. He said Nigeria shouldn't hesitate to ask for help from nations with the expertise, technology, intelligence, and experience needed to tackle terrorism. In a globalized world, standing alone out of pride makes no sense. Asking for help isn't a weakness, it's a strategy. And finally, Obasanjo wrapped it up with a direct message to every Nigerian. Obasanjo said Nigerians are tired of fear, tired of funerals, tired of excuses, tired of waiting for solutions that never arrive. He insisted that Nigerians must demand protection, demand action, demand accountability because no nation survives when its people live in fear. And if the government can't deliver safety, then the world must enter. His final line was powerful. Every life lost is a national shame, and it must end. If you want bold analysis, sharp insights, and fearless commentary on stories shaping global headlines, then you are in the right place. Hit that like button, smash the subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters. And hey, share this video to keep the conversation going. This is Global Pulse News, always loud, always real, always on pulse.